Hi, everybody. It's Anthony. I know it's been a long time since I put out a video, but I am putting out this video for you to help you get started with the process of posting grades for the end of quarter one. But obviously, this applies to any quarter using Infinite Campus. And this is for secondary level, Northbridge Middle School and Northbridge High School. The process is very straightforward and it should be pretty easy for you. What you want to do is you want to log into Infinite Campus first. So here I am logged in as a teacher here. And what you're going to do is you're going to want to go over to instruction and post grades. Depending on your view, so if you check your profile, if you have the new look or the old look, it doesn't really matter. It just is in a slightly different place. Um, you want to be under instruction, like I said, and you want to go to post grades. For some of you, the post grades will be down over here on the left hand side in this whole black bar there. Just depends on what look you're in. Um, yeah, but like I said, you're looking for instruction post grades. Okay, so I'm going to click on post grades here. So now I'm in post grades. What you're going to notice when you first get into this area are a couple of things. On the upper left-hand side, there's your term. So you want to make sure that you're in quarter one. For some reason, some teachers default to quarter four. I'm not really sure why. But if you notice that all of this area here is all grayed out, then you're probably in the wrong term. So you just want to check that. Um, there are two reasons why all this would be graded out. One is that you're in the wrong term, or two, the second one is the grading window has not opened yet. The grading window should currently be open for you, so you should be able to enter in grades for quarter one. If you can't for whatever reason, please let us know. The next thing you're going to check here is the section area. So you're only going to be grading, obviously, your content areas. You're not going to grade in your homeroom or WIN or advisory or anything else, those other classes that you might have, unless you have a situation where you do, in fact, grade. But for the vast majority of teachers, you're going to be grading in your content areas and in your blocks of classes. So for instance, we have here two seventh grade ELA classes and two sixth grade ELA classes. And so you want to make sure that one of those is selected. If you go to select homeroom, you're going to see nothing, okay, because there's nothing to grade for seventh grade homeroom at the middle school. So back to this first section of ELA grade 7, you'll see your class list over here on the left. You'll see in the next column your percent column. You'll see your grade column and your report card comments column. There's also the canned comments button here in that column there. And then the next two columns are your in progress grades, and that's based off of your grade book. So for all the assignments that you've input and for the grades that you've assigned them, that should be reflected here. So this should be the running average of what their quarterly grade is. And the rightmost column here is the graphical version of what their work has kind of looked like. Reds usually indicate that they have not turned in an assignment or they've gotten a very low score on an assignment. And the graph goes up and down depending on what their grades are. If you want to take a look and see what those grades are for the individual assignments, you can click on that grade there and it will give you an outline of the assignments and their grades and their categories. So you'll see here the student has a 0, so that's bringing down their average. So something to keep in mind there. Okay, so again, I got through that by clicking on this grade here. Okay, now knowing that this is kind of your running average, most teachers just want to basically, if you know you have all the assignments posted in, everything is in, all the grades are good, you're ready to go. This number needs to be over here in the grade column and the percent column really too. So it needs to be reflected in these two columns. So these two are empty. You do not need to go through and type 73 and choose 73 on each of those. You certainly can, but you don't have to. It's a much easier way to do that. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. If for whatever reason you weren't basing their final grade on this, you're keeping grades offline or for whatever reason, you can mass fill the same grade across the whole thing or comments, depending on what you want to do. And that's that fill percent grade comment tool that I just clicked on here. This one here, fill grade comment, fill percent grade comment. So here, what you're doing is you are typing in a percentage. So say I want everybody's getting an 85. Okay, and everybody's getting an 85 here. So I want that to be filled in for everyone and then kind of adjust from there. Some kids are going to get an 87, some kids are going to get an 83. And I want to maybe put in a couple of comments. Good, conduct excellent, whatever. I'm going to make the selections that I want in here, and these are going to apply to each and every student. Okay, so um, you would fill those in, and then you're going to hit fill, and then you're going to hit OK. And as you can see, that set everybody to an 85. Now, like I said, vast majority of the time, you're not going to do that at all. You're going to want to pull this grade over into this column. So I'm going to show you how to do that. What you're going to do is you're going to do multi-post grades. You're going to click on that button there. And this is fine. This is an error message pop up saying that I'm leaving and the data is not saved. And that's okay because I don't want this data saved anyway, but it is something that you need to pay attention to. As you go through your different sections, you want to make sure you do hit the save button so that you know the material is being saved. And if you do get this pop up message, stop and think about it for a second before you hit OK or cancel to know that what you're going to do. So this is saying you are now leaving this page. If you continue, any unsaved data will be lost. I'm going to hit OK because I want the data to be lost. But if you did want to go back and save it, you would hit cancel, go back and hit save, and then you'd have it all saved there. So I'm going to hit OK to move on to another window. This is OK. There are unsaved changes. Changes will be lost. That's fine. I want them to be lost. So I'm going to hit leave. Okay, so this is bringing up a new window. So this is just for this section. Okay, you can see here it's quarter 1. It's just for this section of ELA 7. And so it's checked there. So I'm going to hit next. And this is going to go to comments. If I want to put the same comment for every student, I can do that here. Chances are you want to individualize and personalize those comments by student. So you might not want to do that here. And you can always go back and do that using that fill tool that we talked about just a minute ago to put in comments. So you can go here and do that if you want. If you want to type in a customized comment here that every student will receive, you can do that. The comment limit is the character limit is 2,500 characters, so there should be plenty of space for you to write in things. And then the CC button is your canned comments. Okay, so you can say if you want to give the same, like I said, the same comment for every single student. Effort is good. You click that and you put that in there. If you selected the wrong thing and you want to get rid of it, you're going to hit the little X and get rid of it there. And you can go ahead and just delete it too. Okay. So that's the comment page. And then you're going to hit next. And you could have chosen to do skip or just hit next. So I'm going to hit next. Okay. So now this is where you're previewing what's happening and what you're seeing what's happening. So what it's saying here is this section of ELA 7 is going to post grades for quarter 1 to post grades from quarter 1, assignments from quarter 1 to your quarterly grade for quarter 1. Updating that is going to be, there's going to be 16 updates and there's going to be 2 that are going to have no grades and you're not going to include any comments. If I want to click info, it will see what it's going to be. So you can kind of take a quick glance and make sure that data is right. If you notice that there's a mistake, you'd go back into your grade book and edit as needed. Once you're sure that that's all set and ready to go, you're going to hit this blue post button. And I'm going to hit close. You can generate a spreadsheet to download so you know what you did if you want to keep that for your records, but you don't have to do that. I'm going to hit close. It refreshes the page, and now you're going to see what has been happened. What's happened? It's pulled this data and put it over into this column. And like it said, there were 16 kids that were graded, 2 that were not. So those 2 haven't, and you would just address that as you needed to. Now, for comments, like I said here, you can individually comment in each of these comment boxes for each individual student. You can put in canned comments if you want to do that. If you want to, fill in a generic comment for everybody, then you would use this fill percent grade comment tool. Type in your comment here, hit fill, hit OK. And then the comment filled in each box. Now, say you did this and then you remembered, oh my gosh, I forgot to add in this assignment. And you need to recalculate all the grades. That's fine. You can do that. What you're going to do is first you want to clear all this data. All right, so I'm going to go to the fill percent grade comment tool. I'm going to check this box and make sure nothing is in this box. I'm going to check this box and make sure nothing is selected here. When I do that, that's going to clear the data from the percent column and the grade column. I'll hit fill, I'll hit OK, and now all that's been cleared. And then what you would do is go through the multi-post grades tool again, walk you through those steps of pulling in that data, and then these should correspond. This will update automatically. The in progress grade column will always update automatically. So if you, so if you basically if you forgot to add an assignment completely, and then you go back and you add it after you've already done those steps, that's how you would redo it. You would want to clear percent and grade, and then you'd want to go through this multi-post grades tool to pull over the grade column, the in progress grade column into the posted grade column and percent column. That's pretty much it. There are some other views that you should not worry about. So when you click on post by, you can post by student. Oops, I'm going to hit cancel, and I am going to clear this. Okay, and I'm going to hit save. The save button is here, upper left-hand corner. Okay, it does automatically save once you post the grades using the multi-post grades tool, but it's always a good habit to keep clicking that save button. You don't need to do things like how you used to do in iPass, where you'd save and then log out, save, log out, whatever that process was. You should not have to do that anymore. Okay, so anyway, so I was talking about this post by settings here. So you can choose to post by student. And what this does is it just gives you a different view. If you were grading by standards like they are at the elementary school, you'd have all the different standards underneath here, and that might be a way that you would feel comfortable doing it. For our purposes at the middle school and high school level, I don't recommend this view at all because it's just for one individual student at a time. So basically, you're viewing the student grades for this student up here, and you could do the same process that you did on the other page, but it's just doing it for the one student. So that's just not very efficient. The last one is all standards and grading tasks. This is not an awful view. This shows you all students plus their quarter grade and their final grade. Final grade, obviously, you can't edit right now because it's not quarter four. Um, Again, it's just extra information that you don't really need. I think the best view for you to be doing your grading is in standard and grading task view, which is this one here. And that's it. Just keep remembering to click save, and you should be good to go. Accompanying this video is going to be a handout, a document to kind of walk you through this in text form. So please refer to that in this video for any questions that you have for technical issues, kind of entering in your grades there. If you need to have some one-on-one support, happy to help you as much as I can. Between Tiago, Julie, and I will be able to help you with any of your issues here. So please do submit a help desk ticket for if you do need one-on-one assistance. Other than that, I think you're all set, and I hope you have a great day.